Hi, I'm at vegan number 4, Heidi, who's at the anti-fur demo outside Harvey Nicks. Here's the footage. Hi, I'm here with Heidi outside Harvey Nicks. We're doing an anti-fur demo.
Thanks for passing Harvey Nicks on bike game. Thank you so much.
So why are you here outside Harvey Nicks today?
I am here to make people aware of the cruelty and the barbaric nature of the fur trade, to make them realise what they're wearing, to question why they're wearing it, and to make them realise that if they wouldn't want it done to themselves, why are they inflicting it on innocent animals that don't really have a choice or a say in the matter.
It was the naked anti-fur demo outside Harrods. What was that about?
That was me just trying to make Harrods realise that people like me who are highly opposed to the fur trade won't tolerate it anymore, basically. And 20 years ago, Pet did a lot of naked campaigns with famous people, actors, actresses, film stars, and made them go naked, say I'd rather go naked than wear real fur. They were groundbreaking at the time and they had an impact, and people did think about the ethical implications of wearing real fur, and the fur trade almost came down to its knees. But now, 20 years later, people's memories have faded. It's almost disappeared from the public conscience to a certain degree, and people don't really care anymore. They see wearing real fur as a status symbol of wealth or of their achievement in life. And I did my demo completely naked to represent how the animal feels when it has its fur ripped off, and to signify that I would never wear it. I would die before I wore it. There's no way in the world, and I can't really understand people like Harrods, knowing what we know about it, that still sell it. They still sell it, and it's completely unethical at every level. And I question them, if they suffered what the animals suffered, there's no way in the world they would even entertain it. And the people that wear real fur, again, I can't, it doesn't click in my head how they can physically walk into a store and buy it, knowing what they know about it. You only have to Google it. Every piece of information is there. They wouldn't want to suffer that fate themselves. They wouldn't want their children to suffer it. They wouldn't want their pets at home to suffer it. But because it's done behind closed doors in China or wherever else it's done, it's okay. It doesn't make sense to me at all. Never will.
So why did you do it on Boxing Day in the cold?
I wanted to do it on Boxing Day because I knew Harrods Boxing Day sale was world famous, and I knew people would be out shopping to get the biggest bargains. I knew it would be crowded. I knew people would be still in the Christmas spirit a little bit, so that would make a difference. And I did it in the cold because it signifies the suffering animals go through. If I did it in the winter, it would have more of an impact, show I was more passionate than doing it in the summer, because in the summer nobody's going to be wearing real fur outside Harrods, and really Harrods aren't going to be selling it. There's no need to sell it in the summer. So that's why I did it, just to signify that even in this cold, icy country sometimes, rather than wear it, I'd go naked. Whatever the temperature, whatever the weather conditions. Doesn't bother me at all.
What influenced you to become vegan?
I was vegetarian from the age of 18. I grew up in Devon, farming community. My dad worked on a farm. I hated meat as a child. Completely repulsed me. I would try anything as a child not to eat it. My parents despaired of me. They thought I was going to be trying to starve myself. When I turned 18, I was an adult, so I didn't have to answer to anyone. I became vegetarian overnight, and I stayed that way until probably about age 34. I tried giving up dairy and other things like that just to lose weight in my late 20s, and then when I hit probably the age of 34, I started Googling things and asking more questions about different industries with animals, and the information's there, and that was enough for me. Almost overnight I turned vegan. It was hard at first because it's not socially acceptable really when you eat out. You have to kind of push boundaries and be aggressive to get a chef to cook you a decent meal. There's still some restaurants I can't go to because they don't entertain the idea of veganism, but every day you learn more, and the biggest change for me is that drinking soy milk for health implications is so much better than drinking the breast milk of a cow. Nobody in their right mind walk into a field, kneel down and suck from the cow's udder, but because it's bought from Sainsbury's in a plastic bottle, everyone's doing it. And again, nobody would drink the breast milk of a pig, a cat, a dog, but we drink the breast milk of a cow.
How long have you been vegan?
I've been vegan now 2 years. Like I said before, it was hard at first because there aren't that many choices available, but things are improving. Things are getting better. Not necessarily for everyone's animal rights reasons, but for their health reasons. I think sometimes it's better to lobby people on that aspect rather than the animal rights, because it's animal rights they can dismiss and they don't have to look at, but when it's their own health, that has more of an impact. And for me, as a family, my husband and 2 children, my second son had very severe eczema as a baby. His skin would bleed whenever he went near anything dairy. So we switched completely to a soya diet, and now he's eczema free. So we've stayed that way for that reason. As a family, we're healthier. We've all lost weight. My children don't have colds, they don't have sinus problems, they don't get sick. And it is because I'm not feeding them the breast milk of a cow. Soya milk is completely natural, it comes from plants, it's as nature intended, and it's cruelty-free.
What's your favourite food to eat?
I don't really cook a lot, if I'm honest, but I love soups. I love soups with pita bread and hummus, I love smoothies, I love stews, I love potatoes, so literally anything I can do with a potato, I do. I don't drink any kind of coffee or tea, I prefer herbal alternatives, and I don't drink Coke or anything like that. I do love chips. Mayo is probably the hardest thing to give up, if I'm honest, but you can get good vegan alternatives, so it's not so bad. Hummus I eat by the bucket load, literally every day. Nuts and seeds and porridge, everything like that, love everything about it.
Do you have any tips for going vegan?
The only tip that will get you through the process is to do it gradually. You can't just stop overnight, you have to do it gradually, give up one thing at a time. And the other thing you need to remember is the animal rights reasons you're doing it for. If you Google anything about the dairy trade, the fur trade, zoos, circuses, the leather trade, the meat trade, it's the Holocaust. It is the Holocaust, and I don't understand how people can turn away from that. The information is there, the knowledge is there, people have got compassion in them, as much as they don't like to admit it or won't admit it. They do know the truth, and sometimes change is the biggest hurdle, but once you've made that leap, you don't look back, you don't turn away from it, you don't give up on it, and you don't ever fall off the wagon. You don't, because the implications of that happening is far too great to live with, because it means animals suffer, continue to suffer, for what? For nothing.